Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist. We're coming at you end of year, right? It is December's forecast. So I am just going to say up front that this is based on your personal year number in numerology. It's not based on your life path number. So if you're new to numerology, or if you're just not sure what your personal year might be, I ask you to please take a quick moment, go over to FeliciaBender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there that will calculate your personal year number for you, and then you can make sure that you are listening to the correct forecast. There's also a very quick, very easy manual calculation below in the description box if you'd like to just take a look at that, do it manually. So otherwise, we are moving into December, and this is your forecast for the month of December 2023. If you're in your 8 personal year, December is a master number month for you. It is guided by the energy of the master 11, the 11/2. So before we get into what that brings to the table, let's talk about the year itself. Like, what is your end of year reflection? I would ask you right now to take time to acknowledge how everything that you've experienced in your 8 personal year has tested your sense of empowerment and pushed you to ask for what you're worth, right? Kind of comes down to that in some way, shape, or form. Lots of different elements, but that is really a key feature. So this has been a boot camp year for you. It demands endurance, commitment, some fierce resolve. How's that feeling right about now? So as you enter into this month, empowered by that high vibe of the energy of the Master 11. And that is, once again, a reminder, the energy of your 4 weeks that you have in December. You might be privy to some profound levels of empowerment that change you forever. Truly, I don't want to oversell it, but I also don't want to undersell it. So I would say here, I would ask you if you feel more empowered now than you did on January 1st. I hope that the answer is yes. I trust that it is. Let's just give it on a scale from 1 to 10, right? what level of empowerment that you feel you are at. I would ask if you've been able to manage and advance your financial picture in a substantial way. Do you have a punch list of accomplishments for the year? Often you do have that at the end of an 8 because it's all about the punch list and getting it done, getting her done. Did you really kind of leap small buildings in a single bound? Little Superman cape? Often that is where we find ourselves in that 8 personal year. Remember that the 8 also is the number of infinity, right? It's about the continuous flow of energy, and money is energy. Emotions are energy. Thoughts are energy. Words are energy. There's a heady and simultaneously very simple quote from Albert Einstein. It speaks to the way that you might position yourself as you step into the final throes of your 8 personal year. And he states this, you've probably heard it before, but here's Albert Einstein. He says, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality. Let me back up. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. So if there's anything you're learning full out in an 8 personal year, it's that reality. Okay. So the flow for you right now is that the tide is out rather than in. It is time for some slowdowns. It's time for some delays. This month, you might find yourself seeking out help and advice from others, maybe a happy respite from feeling like, that one woman, one man show all year long. So it really is a time to pay attention to details. It's all about the 2 of your month. is about the details. It's about slowing down. It's about patience, love, relationships, partnerships. It's then got the magic of the 11 integrated into that, which can bring it into being an incredibly enlightening month if only you can slow down enough to notice the synchronicities and tone it down for a moment. It can also be an accelerated time for success. So the 11 can bring in some really successful, jolty, innovative, initiating, magical energy, if that's what's happening in your world, right? Maybe it's where a product, a project, something really takes flight. Maybe it launches, maybe it gains traction, maybe it explodes. I don't mean literally, I mean successfully, it explodes into the market. That sort of thing can happen with this energy. Yet remember that even as things might be blazing forward, there will be some delays. There's going to be moments that are designed to test your patience and designed to recalibrate and ready itself for timing that is more correct, right? That for right timing. And yet you are going to feel some nervous tension. Yet if you could banish that with maybe some outdoor walks, I don't know, with your dog, with your sweetheart, with whoever your walking partner might be, cooking, I don't know, with your kids, or social time with your friends. And the 2 is related to collaboration, partnership, and relationships. So the more you can get out amongst your friends, family, and all of that, the better. So as you leave your 8 personal year, enter into that 9, starting next month, right, in January 2024, I would ask you to take some time to consider what was the locus of your hard driving 8 personal year this year. What did you focus on? What were your overarching intentions? Did you find yourself feeling strong and enlivened and empowered this year? Did you experience some surges with your finances? It really is a reap as you've sown period of time, right? And yet it's not, I would say it's not for wimps. You gotta say what you want and go after it, right? And perhaps you ended up having a somewhat volatile year with many ups and downs that tested your sense of yourself from all angles. The 8 is not known as an energy that supports just kind of linear, stay on the open road sort of pathway. It's more up, down, all around, right? I would ask you also, what did you work on developing or creating in your dynamic 8 personal year? Did you feel beaten down, or were you able to step into yourself in ways that you never have before? Because the 8 is always asking you to step up and to speak up and to be heard in a very solid, substantial, ethical way. And perhaps the year brought some unexpected issues to be faced in terms of some deeper seated issues that were explored initially in your 7. That's a time where things really percolate down deep. So maybe you're simply feeling the organic move into the next phase and are looking at a mosaic of choice and how it might look, feel, and come to fruition. This is the end of a very, very powerful year for you. So I'm trusting that you've met your challenges head on, amped up your financial abundance, or at least cleaned it up a bit and gotten a clear trajectory or desire ahead of you that you're willing to act upon in a pragmatic way. It's can be a time for prosperity, while also, again, having this expanded sense of self-empowerment. This year has been all about organization, focus, management, making things happen in that very dynamic sense. So this upcoming year, 2024, in January, opens the door to a completions year, to the end of a cycle. Time to release yourself from overdrive and flow more than push. This year is all about doing, pushing, making it happen. This upcoming year is more about letting the reins go and just go in the direction that you have propelled yourself and see what comes to you. So it's going to be a bridge for where you begin to shake out what stays and what goes in your life. It's almost like kind of panning for gold. You get to shake and filter that pan as you sift out the elements that you don't want or need, right? Looking for those little teeny gold nuggets or flakes. And at the end of it, you'll be left with some nice little gold nuggets. And yet it takes some patience, it takes finesse, and it takes time to slough off whatever isn't of value, right? Same sort of thing, to use that metaphor. So 2024 really culminates the end of a 9-year cycle for you. So think of it like a 12 months of commencement, a 12-month graduation exercise. It starts in January. You've been asked to take charge, paddle that canoe, kind of, all year this year, like if you're paddle, and now you're going to hit a point in the river where you put the paddles in and cease making the motion, right? And allow it to take you where the current takes you. So I would just say that this month is a magical period for setting things up for you. It's a time to focus on relationships, honing that in, and also be very much open for synchronicities, for intuitive downloads, and hopefully for some happy surprises. That is your forecast for the end of the year. And what I also want to mention is that I am regrouping, reprioritizing, doing some things differently within my numerology business. And this is going to be the last forecast that I'm going to be doing on YouTube. I will not be doing these monthlies anymore. I might be doing some other segments, some other series, some other things on YouTube. I'm kind of in the planning stage of that. And yet I've just had to prioritize certain things. So I would say that if you still want to engage in your forecast, you can still go to FeliciaBender.com and you can read it there. It will still be there in writing. It just won't be on YouTube. So again, I hope that you have a wonderful end of your year. And thank you for watching here. And I hope that you'll come back and we'll get some other numerology-based videos going for you. All right. Have a wonderful holiday and a very, very, very happy new year.